Hi everybody, my name's Cindy and I craft here at Upcycle Design Lab. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I made this constructed ring shape out of some bottle glass, recycled bottle glass, using the Fuseworks Microwave Klin. So most of my projects have been jewelry projects, and I will link to those videos throughout this video, but I wanted to see if I could make a bigger project, so I fused a bunch of different glass colors that I had saved into this constructed ring shape to make this wind chime. So it's a pretty simple design. I just used some wire and a tree branch and then some large jump rings to hook the whole thing together. And I'm not really going to show you how I did the construction on this. It's pretty self-explanatory, I think. But I am going to show you how the microwave kiln works and how I cut and assembled the pieces to fuse them. If you're interested in making this project or any of the other small fused glass projects, please check the comments of this video. I will be linking to all the supplies that I used. And if you like upcycling and crafting with recycled materials, please consider checking out some of my other videos and also subscribing to this YouTube channel. Alright, the first thing I want to show you is my cutting tools that I've used for this project. I do have a bottle cutter that I've used. It gives you some nice big rings. I'm not really good at using it. It gives me some kind of rough edges and things, but it does give you some nice big pieces. You don't have to have a bottle cutter for this project, however, because you can work with some very random shapes. The tool you're really going to want to use is these wheeled tile cutters. And then I also have a scoring tool that if you do much glass work, you're definitely going to want a scoring tool as well. For these small pieces, I'm just going to be using these wheeled nippers. Alright, so just a word on safety. You probably want to wear some safety goggles if you don't wear glasses to protect your eyes. And then you're going to start with a fairly small piece of glass and just use the nippers to cut the glass. Now, like I said, I am not a very good glass cutter, and you really don't need to be to do this project. I'm just cutting some sort of long, thin strips that I'm going to assemble into a sort of a circle shape eventually. The other thing I like to have is a paintbrush, because you can also use a glove if you're worried about the little tiny shards. But if you do a lot of cutting, you don't want to just not get the shards off of your hand. So the basic shapes I want to end up with are some maybe 1-inch rectangle shapes that are about 1/4 of an inch or less wide. And then I want 5 of those, and then I need 5 little square shapes as well. And like I said, they do not have to be very uniform. But you do want them to be close to the same size. So this is the microwave kiln. It's just 2 pieces. This small part of the base here is your working surface, and this inside is the part that actually generates all the heat, I think. So you want to start with a small piece of kiln paper that's cut to fit on your working surface. And then I'm just going to take my pieces and lay them into kind of a circle shape. You want to make sure you keep the glass on the fusing paper. And if you want, you can use some tweezers to kind of help you stack everything up. Some people use glue. I've never used glue, but you could give it a try if you wanted to. I think people use super glue, I'm not sure. So I'm going to use the little square pieces to kind of add some glass to the corners where they meet. Now the trick is to get this into your microwave without having all the glass shift, which is why I'm working on my stovetop. Alright, so here I'm just setting the base of the kiln in the center of the microwave and making sure that none of my glass has shifted. And then I'm just going to place the lid on top and start the microwave at 2 minutes. Alright, so here's another safety tip. You want to be sure that you have your heat resistant gloves on. This kiln does get very, very hot. So after 2 minutes, the kiln is heated, but the glass is still holding its original shape. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in for another 30 seconds and then check it at 30-second intervals until I reached a full fuse. So at this point, my piece has been in the microwave for a total of 3.5 minutes, and you can see it's glowing pretty yellow there, but it's not quite smooth, so I'm going to give it just about 15 more seconds and then check it again. So the piece is nice and fully fused now. I'm going to show you quickly. You're supposed to keep the heat in, so you don't want to take the lid off for very long. But here's what the piece looks like. You can see it's glowing and it's smooth. And I'm just going to put the lid back on and let the kiln cool down for about 45 minutes to an hour. Alright, so the kiln's been cooling off for about an hour now, so it's cool enough to touch with your bare hands. And you can just take the lid off, and you can see the piece is fully fused together. You can't see any of the original shapes. So I'm just going to peel off the kiln paper, and you'll see that some of it is kind of stuck to the back. Now this is single-use kiln paper. It's used just to protect your kiln, so you need to throw this away when you're done. And then I'm just going to quickly rinse off the back of this so that the paper comes off of the glass. So here's the piece after I've rinsed the paper off the back, and you can see it has a few pointed edges that are actually pretty sharp. So the last thing I like to do to finish off my glass pieces, if I need to, is to use this tile sanding block. I got it at Home Depot for about $10 or $15, and it's a nice handy tool just to knock down some of the sharpest edges of your glass pieces. Alright, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, I hope you'll consider subscribing to this YouTube channel, and if you'd like to get notifications when I upload new videos, be sure to click the bell icon below this video.